Hi, I'm John Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the Dungeness crab capital of the world. Welcome to Newport, Oregon, home to some of the friendliest people on the Oregon coast. We'll prove it. We'll also bring you a Celtic festival and music from Brittany. All this and more on this episode of Next Stop. The fun starts now. The Oregon Coast Aquarium is one of the top tourist attractions along the Oregon coast and was voted as one of the top 10 aquariums in the U.S. It's a wonderful place for families to spend a day learning about nature and having fun. There are so many things to see and do here at the Oregon Coast Aquarium, but we start in the most visited of your attractions.
It's been called the coolest 50 yards on the Oregon coast. It is very nice.
I read that.
Yeah, and it's Keiko's old pool that has been created into 3 different habitats here. There are sharks, there are salmon in this one, bat rays. In the next one, there are rockfish and halibut.
Got some kids coming around. They're intrigued, just like adults.
Yes.
They can actually, you have overnight programs where people can actually sleep in bags.
You can spend the night here if you want.
So what's new at the Oregon Coast Aquarium?
We have an exhibit called Swampland that is new, and it exhibits 3 different types of wetlands.
Big snakes, I'm guessing.
Big snakes and alligators and all kinds of things.
So this is one of your more popular exhibits, the sea otters.
The sea otters are adorable, yes. Everyone loves them.
You've got a lot of people who are beyond just the full-time employees. How many volunteers do you guys have?
We have 400 plus volunteers,
wow.
And we literally couldn't do what we do without them. They're wonderful. Speaking of which, would you like to meet one of our volunteers?
I'd love to. This is my boy Howard here. He's a volunteer here at the aquarium, and he's got something hopefully in store for us here at the tank. What are we going to do, Howard?
Well, if the octopus cooperates, which it does not look like, and he should come out, he should climb up, we should be able to feed him, and he's quite an experience. However, it does not look like he's going to cooperate.
He's just kind of hanging out down there at the bottom like he's just taking a nap. This one definitely looks hungrier.
Yeah, this one was fed a whole lot lighter this morning with the idea, you guys might be coming. And he's probably younger than the other octopus. Easy to work with, pretty comfortable. Trying to convince him to take something out of the food bowl.
What is that?
When he works hard, he takes some more oxygen. He was just exhaling. He takes a deeper gulp of water, extracts oxygen, and exhales through that exhaust. I just want to make sure if he gets up on your arm too fast, I'm going to pull him off, that's all.
He's pulling me in. Look at that. Look at that pull. Let's look at the hickeys.
The octopus did it.
Howard and I, it's our story and we're sticking to it.
Right. Okay, so where we're standing now, this is on top of Passages of the Deep. At one point, this was one large tank. It's about 2 million gallons of water. There was no roof over the top. This was fully open. All I had was small walkways around. There are definitely sturgeon in here. That's a halibut, that one down there.
That big, huge one?
Yeah, the one that's kind of got a forked tail. Leopard sharks right there. The sungill was the big one. And the ones that don't look a whole lot like sharks are spiny dogfish, which are sharks. What you're seeing are juvenile Chinook salmon.
Well, obviously they're all treated very well. They get fed handsomely.
Oh, yes.
You're such a nice guy, Howard.
Oh, heck yeah.
How much do you love your job?
Oh, I really do enjoy it. And yeah, it's peaceful, it's enjoyable, it's just fun.
We're in downtown Newport, right next to City Hall for some weekend culture. This happens almost every weekend in the year.
Every Saturday.
The farmer's market. Katie's been here for 17 years.
17 years, 17th season this year for Pacific Sourdough, 34th year for the Newport Farmers Market. So here we have some of our craft vendors, Earth Huggies. They make wonderful things for children. And here's some of the first Oregon strawberries of the season. It's June and strawberries are here and they're sweet and so delicious and people are just snapping them up. It's like locusts. You're crazy about them. The flavor is so much different than the commercial strawberries that you buy in the store, and you get to talk to people who raise them. And
Do they give samples?
I don't know. Do they give samples? Yeah, they do.
I would love to try one. This one looks very juicy.
Yeah, huh? That's summer.
It's just like melted in my mouth.
That's summer.
You usually have to bite into a strawberry. This thing just melts.
You've got some art glass. There's a woman who makes wonderful knitted and felted headgear and scarves, really fun hats.
Yeah,
This is interesting. This is garden art made of recycled glass items that they put together. And it's fun and nice repurposing. Exotic mushrooms that are raised in Eddyville.
The real
Delicious.
exotic mushrooms that...
They're not that exotic. But I mean, take a look at this. This is a lion's mane mushroom. Isn't that wonderful? And they're delicious, meaty, wonderful to saute with, well, just throw them in a pasta or just saute them alongside a piece of fish. Delicious.
What does this mean for your business to be a part of this?
Oh, it's great. That's how I make my living. Yes.
Farmer's market?
Uh-huh.
That's great.
Yes.
So you're selling enough to keep things going?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
One of the things I love is to make something that people remember from their childhood. I want you to have that,
Thank
and maybe
you.
it'll remind you of Denmark, if not Germany.
I can smell it through the packaging.
Yeah. I have been out here selling in some terrific downpours, and our customers still come. Bless their hearts, they show up, they buy their bread, they buy their produce, they don't care. A little rain doesn't stop them.
Rain or shine, come to Newport and meet the bread lady. Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Happy to be here.
Up next, a personal tour of Newport, and we attend a local festival. Meet Lorna Davis. She's the director of the Newport Chamber of Commerce. Who better to talk Newport history, and where better to start our chat than right here in the historic Bayfront District?
It all started right here. The settlers came to this area for the oysters, and the rest is history.
And the rest is history, and you got a lot of active boats out here today. This is a very important part of Newport's economy, isn't it?
It is. The Bayfront is a very important part because of obviously the tourism aspect, but even more importantly, the fishing aspect. It's got a lot of fisheries right here, a lot of processing plants, and our boats, our active fleet.
So Newport is called on your signage, it's the friendliest place on the Oregon coast. Mm-hmm. It is a very friendly place. Why is that?
Well, you know, we've always boasted ourselves as being the friendliest place. And if you go to some of the places, people are willing to help you, to talk to you. You always find a friend in Newport.
You have, what, 5 different distinct districts, this being one of them.
Yes.
What are the other ones?
There's South Beach, Agate Beach, Nye Beach, the Bayfront, and the Deco District.
Now, you mentioned Nye Beach, and I'm guessing there's got to be some serious beachfront there.
There is some serious beachfront, but rather than talk about it, let's go check it out.
I'll follow you.
Okay.
We're talking some serious beach here, Lorna.
We are.
How much beachfront is there in Newport?
Miles of beach.
Miles?
Far as the eye can see.
There's a lot of beach here. There's so many things you can do. What are the activities that people can do on the beach here when they come?
Oh, they can do all kinds of things. People come to beachcomb, to play in the surf a little bit, safely of course. They bring their dogs, their kites, their friends, and they even do some bonfires on the beach in the evening.
Obviously, tourism's a big industry here in Newport.
It is.
So many places for people to stay.
There's over 1,700 or maybe even better hotel rooms and various places for people to stay. Bed and breakfast, hotels, there's inns, there's cabins, all kinds of things.
Let's talk about festivals, because there really is something happening in Newport year-round.
Pretty much
Your big
year-round.
festival is the Newport Seafood and Wine Fest.
Yeah, that always happens the last full weekend of February. And most recently added to that mix is the Newport Celtic Festival and Highland Games.
Happening this weekend.
It's happening this weekend, and I know you guys are going to really enjoy your time there.
We're at the first annual Newport Celtic Festival and Highland Games. What does it take to get these kids to learning all these things? A lot of little dance steps, and I noticed
It's a
like
lot.
1, 2, and then the third, and I don't think I could do it.
It's a lot. We start out with the basics and what to do with the legs and the feet and listening to the music, and then we build steps on that and then routines once we have the steps down.
I'm with Belinda, who's the event coordinator of the first annual Celtic Festival and Highland Games. This is very successful. What does it take to put something like this together?
We just started talking and you know, came together and started making it happen.
People seem very enthusiastic, especially to celebrate their roots. There's lots of guys in kilts. Now, normally I might make fun of a guy in a skirt. Not here, man.
No.
We got a lot of really fun events planned. Right now, the kids are dancing behind us. That's very cool.
Oh, yeah.
But you have events that happen off the fairgrounds, too.
That's right.
Tell us about the sandcastle building
Oh,
contest.
that was great fun. We had some folks down at Night Beach come and build sand castles, and it was just a fun contest for kids.
We actually drove 10 hours to come here and do this sculpture contest for the Highland Games.
Now, something that caught my eye on the schedule, the haggis eating contest.
Oh, yeah.
What is in haggis?
Heart, liver, lungs, brain, that kind of thing. We had, I don't know, 10 people, I think, step up to the plate and try it, and it was great fun. Some of the guys were just chowing down, going at it, and some, I mean, first bite, oh.
Here comes the haggis. 3, 2, 1, go! We have a winner. Number 1.
Now it's time for the Manly Men Games, the Highland Games. Liam, probably one of the shorter guys here at the Highland Games. How tall are you, man?
7'2", originally from England, but moved out here to play ball.
I didn't know they grew them this big in England.
There's a couple of us.
You had to be like one of the tallest guys in the country.
One of them. I actually played basketball against the guy who is now the tallest guy in the country.
No kidding.
There's a few guys out there that are pretty tall.
So tell us about the Highland Games. Right now they're tossing the caber. How do we score it?
The basic idea of the caber is you have to turn it to be a legal throw. So you're going to flip it end over end. And in this case, this is a 20-foot caber that's about 72 pounds.
Wow.
And if you ever thought about trying to balance a broomstick on your hand, you know, the balancing part is pretty tough in and of itself.
Yeah.
And then you throw in the weight and the size. And then the danger aspect on that one is if it starts to come back on you, you got to be somewhere else.
We're with the Honourable Newport Mayor, Mark McConnell, which is a great Scottish name here at the Celtic Festival.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely.
Where's your kilt?
Scottish, Irish. I forgot it.
Give us an overall perspective of Newport. This is a great town. It's a fishing town, but it's also a town full of the arts.
It's a town with science, lots of scientists, lots of fishermen, and lots of people who are really wonderful in cultural arts, visual arts, performing arts of all types. You know, we have the Performing Arts Center has been here for 20 years. We have 3 resident theater companies, 3 resident dance companies, a symphony orchestra, all kinds of events for kids to participate on stage, lots of different activities that way. There's lots of great things for anybody and everybody of all levels of talent to participate.
Coming up, we cruise the harbor and visit one of the Oregon coast's most famous restaurants. It's always a great time to come to Newport. Temps range from the 60s to 70s in the summer to the 40s and 50s in the winter. Winter, in fact, is a great time to come and watch the whales migrating south for the summer. It's also the perfect time to come and catch one of those spectacular winter storms. Seriously, come to Newport, hunker down in one of the oceanfront hotels, and watch Mother Nature do her thing. For more information, visit discovernewport.com. We're in the historic Bayfront District, and we're going cruising for sea life with Marine Discovery Tours.
When you guys are walking around today, we're going to be on the ocean. When we're in the bay, we can have 21 people up on the upper deck. I'm going to be the first one to exit the cabin. I'm going to go untie, and you guys are welcome to follow me out and kind of roam wherever you want. These were caught and filleted earlier, and now we have the remains to go crabbing. So this is ultimate recycling. Now we kind of have a bit of a tradition here on the Discovery. We want lots of crabs, and so we need lots of luck. So what I need you guys to do is kiss the bait. There you go. There you go. All right. All right, Captain, my pots are baited and kissed and ready to go. We're gonna push it. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, pot number 1 is in. There we go.
We're heading for the islands down there, right? We're watching for crab pots. We're watching for any other debris in the water. Now, start bringing it back, Skipper.
You guys are gonna stand here. You're gonna be my pullers. You're gonna. I want the first person standing here, and you guys are gonna line up single file. All right, my pullers, start pulling. Pull, guys. Pull. All right. So, thank you. That was perfect. Wow. These are all Dungeness crabs. They're yeah. That's why you never get your finger stuck in the pincher. We do have regulations here in the state of Oregon. Our crabs have to be 5 3/4 inches. This is actually a big male right here. Let's see if he's a keeper. Spot. Is he big enough?
Just there.
That's a legal size male. But on the Discovery, we're at catch and release, so we'll release him.
You were on what we call a sea life cruise. It's a combination ocean, bay, and river. Our trips always go. Weather doesn't matter. So we just have a ton to share. The largest fishing fleet on the coast. We go through the boat harbor, tell people about the boats. And I personally fished for 20 years from San Francisco to Russia. So
You're great with the kids. Bring them up in the wheelhouse, let them drive the boat. That's really fun for kids.
they'll be back.
Who doesn't love good comfort food? And when you come to the Oregon coast, a cup of Moe's clam chowder is the way to go. Moe's is way more than just a great restaurant though, Gabe. You guys have a history that dates all the way back to the 1940s.
That's right.
With your grandma.
There she is.
Tell us about this spunky lady.
Well, right here she's opening up that garage door, which is, we're kind of known, that's kind of our signature piece here. And actually the garage door is here because somebody actually drove through the wall at one time.
This is the new part of it, but next door, like, there's a lot of famous people that probably graced those walls.
There is. We had a visit from Bobby Kennedy when he was on the campaign trail, and he came to visit here right on the bayfront, walked into Moe's, fell in love with the clam chowder, totally wanted Moe to go with him, go with me down to California.
Well, obviously, Moe's is a great place. It's a staples here in Newport, but there are other restaurants here, and you mentioned that you like to eat out a lot. And
I do.
You pretty much try them all. Where do you like to eat?
Well, I have, it kind of depends on what, but I think that Local Ocean Seafood is wonderful. They do a great job down there. That's just down the street. Saffron Salmon, if I want seafood or a beautiful steak, they do a great job, great view there. When I go with my son, we love to go to Panini for a big hunk of pizza. Yum pizza there. There's also another place called Our Place, and it's a little known, but they have like what I would call gourmet comfort food.
Tell us what's so special about Moe's clam chowder, because everybody talks about Moe's clam chowder.
Well, I think what makes our chowder special is we keep it simple. That's really the bottom line. There's nothing fancy in it. It's just New England style clam chowder.
Well, I'm absolutely famished, so...
I'm thirsty.
Well, you have that, I'll have this, and then I'm going to dig into that clam chowder.
Except for one thing. I was wondering if you could just go wash some dishes, and then you'll get a nice appetite up, and you can come back and eat.
You planned this.
I did. Welcome to Moe's, John.
Thanks, Gabe. Guess I'll see you in the kitchen. Coming up on Next Stop, an authentic Irish pub with an authentic Irish band playing music from Brittany. We're at Nana's Irish Pub in the Nye Beach District to feature Mistral, an authentic Irish band with a Brittany flair. Your band looks like you guys are all having fun. You look like you get along. Your instrumentation is awesome. Tell us about your band and the people that are in it.
We're called Mistral, and we take our name from a powerful wind that blows out of the northwest of France. Elizabeth and I started it. We were playing music for English dancing here in Oregon, and discovered that we both had this love of Breton folk music.
This is the first time we've ever had somebody featuring music from Brittany, so this is kind of cool for us. This is kind of unique. And speaking of unique, this Irish pub, is this not authentic? Do you not feel like you could be in Dublin right now?
I'm there, yeah, I'm there.
You got your Guinness
It's
in
all
hand?
the Guinness and the people raising it every time we play.
You've raised it a little bit too much though, because
It's empty.
He doesn't have any Guinness in the glass right now. Thanks for tuning in to Next Stop from Newport, Oregon, and thanks to Gabe for putting me to work for my lunch. Also, thanks to our show sponsors, the City of Newport and DiscoverNewport.com, and thanks always to our title sponsors and good friends, Alaska Airlines and the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Card for your partnership. We'll see you next time on Next Stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
Well, before you do that, there's never a free lunch in the world. Ugh, sorry. Hate that. I was like, what in the world?
We've come for the oyster cloister.
You have, that's right.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Threw you off, didn't I? Blooper. Blooper.